Come on.
Right joystick.
All right, now we're all loosened up, folks. So, looks like we got somebody coming up. Let's bring up Slixton. Come on up, Slixton. Let's see what you can do.
Appreciate it, White Perp. Hey, thanks. Shout out
You
to
got it.
Bite's gig, man. He killed it up here. Great stage presence.
thank you.
Funny voices, man. That was great. Tough act to follow, but yeah. So you guys are probably sitting there, and this is kind of what I look like in real life. I'm sure most of you guys have done the same thing, right? And you're probably thinking like, hey, did this guy just accidentally put a bunch of Gorilla Glue on his head, or is he actually bald? Yes, I am actually bald. Yes. But, it's okay. As a comic, it actually makes it easier to come up with jokes right off the top of my head.
See what you did there.
Yeah, no, it's okay that I'm bald because I'm in my 40s now, so that's okay. I don't like to say that here in the Metaverse because there's a bunch of ageist pricks. But, if I talk about how I'm 40, all of a sudden you guys treat me like I'm a half-dead old man, and, I mean, that's probably factually accurate. I don't want to hear it, right? I don't want to hear it, but anyway, so in my 40s, I'm sure most of the guys here know or have heard about this, but once you go for your annual physical, there comes a point where... there's like this dreaded examination.
Oh boy.
You know what I'm talking about? So I'm at the doctor's, and
It's a lot of this, huh?
I'm tiptoeing around the subject, right? Yes, you guys get it. It's more like this, and I'm talking about the doctor.
This?
And the doctor's like, you
this?
mean manual prostate examination? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, we don't do that anymore. Did you guys hear that? They stopped doing that.
No.
Like, recently.
Blood test.
Yeah, they do it by blood test now, right? Exactly, right? Well, but how long were they doing that for? Like hundreds of years, right? Probably. How many millions of buttholes were like penetrated needlessly over the hundreds of years? I was super relieved though. I was super relieved, but I was thinking like, well, what the hell did I bleach my butthole for then, right? You guys like speaking of like operations, like did you know like hundreds of years ago they used to do this thing that was called trepanation? Any of you guys heard of trepanation? They used to drill a hole in the top of your skull to like let demons out. They were doing this hundreds of years ago before they had anesthetic and what do you call it, sterilization? Like yes, but they would do that. But can you imagine like right as they're phasing it out, you're in the doctors or the healers. It's like, hey, I've been thinking, I've been having headaches, right? And I've been kind of like having spirits, and I'm thinking about the old, in the head. And the doctor's like, well, you mean trepanation? Oh, we don't do that anymore. Like, we're not cavemen, right? And it's like, oh, what a relief. It's like, okay, now bend over. We got to check that prostate. Good crowd.
This guy is
good.
good.
My name is Slixton. Shout out to Unemployed Alcoholic for making this room and for Wyatt Perp for hosting. You guys have been a fun crowd.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Great job.
please click your controllers together.
Great job.